is Kamora, and I have my poor little portrait chick that is holding up my phone. But so, okay, these are really heavy, so which is probably a good thing. But so, I'm going to show you a difference between, I don't know if this was an extremely off-brand fin. And I'm just going to show you some of my different fins, just because I can. I need to go and probably put tags on these videos afterwards. And all this live streaming is probably going to kill my battery, but I'll just plug it in. So, okay. So, I'm going to call this black generic fin. These are the fins you get when you buy, my cat is, there's a rabbit outside. Anyways, so these are the fins you get when you order those tails off Wish, if they have a monofin in them. This one, I'm kind of not the most excited to use because your feet are right on the plexi and I don't know how it's going to feel in the water. I'm going to take some socks. One issue people said that they had was this Velcro part right here when I was reading their reviews. I mean, really, I can just make more Velcro tabs, or I can really just pull it and, like, sew a stitch of it in the corner. If this was stitched down more, I think, honestly, just stitch it with some black thread on the sewing machine if it comes out. I don't know how swim socks are going to work with it, or just socks in general. I have some, like, kind of neoprene texture socks. And then this is my Tomo fin, which is the closest thing to a name brand I could find for this bud. It's really, like, now that I look at it, it's a lot like a knockoff version of my Finis. And then here's my Finis. You can see the similarities immensely because there's this part here. The pockets are the same. That's just a little different textured. And then they have the ribbing, and then the short ribbing, and then on the back, they look exactly the same. So what I'm thinking is whoever, they're probably made in the same, factory in China or something, because that's where everything's made. And, this is, name brand, and then they just took this with a machine and cut this, is what I'm thinking. This seems to be a little thicker plastic, plus you gotta guess that this fin is probably at least over 5 years old. So this is not like the classic. You go out and buy a Finis. I think this is a Wave. Yeah, I spray painted over that because you could see it through the fin. But this is an older fin, so they might use a thicker material, and that's why this was original. This gets really warped sometime, and I just put books on it. I just haven't had them on it. But this is a size comparison. Okay, I don't know if y'all can't exactly see the whole sideways thing because they're thin because they're fins. Though if you do feel like this material up here does get a lot thicker. So okay. So they're about the same foot size. So it's really they just cut the V out of it, essentially. This plastic is a different material of plastic. It's a little thinner. It's thinner, and I really do like the Finis a lot more. I think the shape gives a lot of more it gives you more push. But I haven't tried this one yet because it's May. It's May. It's early May. And so these two, I think this one will be a nice fin to use. So I'm thinking I might leave this one at Tony's, or leave my Aquarius there. Now let's see, compared to both of these, my little black kind of, and if you have this black fin and it works for you, that's good. I think kids this size would actually work pretty good for, because they don't need as much propulsion because they're tiny. Someone who's under 100 pounds, this fin might work perfectly fine for. But for us bigger people, this is even slightly smaller than that. It's longer out here, but the inside part is a lot shorter than both of these. This is just even just to show you the size, and then my Aquarius is probably the size of this, which is how this shape, usually to go to cut into the shape, they gotta make it smaller. I looked at other fins. They're the weird green, pink, and blue ones that have the black in the middle, which I think are just these, just reformed with the stretchy part in the middle. And I've looked at I've tried on the rubber ones from the girl from Australia. I didn't personally like them. They were really, really heavy and they rubbed against the back of my feet. And that's the thing, like when I swim with this, as you can see, are the straps? No, the straps aren't on it. The straps are somewhere in I'm making a video. The straps are somewhere in with my mermaiding stuff, but the straps, everyone who says, they say now that the new Finis has fabric straps, which are probably a lot more comfortable than the rubber things, or silicone, or what is ever on each one. This one, I think they're rubber-ish material, yeah. But because they rub and then they get blisters and then that hurts. So I think this idea is kind of cool, but they're really small in proportion to the size of a person. Because a lot of people complain, well, it worked and I liked it, but these were too small, which you could just probably stretch it out. I don't want to stretch it out because it'll probably wear out over time. And I have small ankles. I have small wrists too, so just, I don't know, bone structure. So I just wanted to show you guys these 3 different fins, and I will post a video when I test them out. I'll probably test both of these out, and then I'll probably test them out in a fin tail. So thank you everybody for watching, and watch some more videos, and I hope you enjoy. My phone isn't, okay.